Blew it.
You were going to pick. You would have picked this on your upset alert.
Maybe. But right now, for bruised under duress, I'm going to add another quarterback, and that quarterback is Brock Purdy.
There we go.
Now, a lot of people would say,
I'm shocked Nick
I
did
had
that.
the shovel out burying this team from the jump. But it wasn't because I don't like the team. It's not because I don't like Brock Purdy. It's because of what has happened to this team. But Brock, you're in a very interesting situation. You're up for a contract. Not really, if they don't want to pay you, but you're up for a contract. Your team has suffered, haven't been able to overcome losing games that you possibly should win, could win, all the things. And to be honest, you've been playing okay as of late. You were playing really good at the beginning of the season, but now you have an opportunity with 5 games remaining on your schedule to change the narrative of, should we really pay this guy who hasn't been able to overcome all these absent guys from our roster? Is he the great equalizer? Can he be more than enough? You are the only person that can answer these questions. We know that Kyle Shanahan believes in you. We know that John Lynch believes in you. But can you pass the eye test? You have the Chicago Bears this week. This team lost 6 straight games. They're struggling. You're struggling. The only difference is you actually still have a chance to get into the postseason. And the only way you will make it, your team will be a representation of the NFC in the postseason, is if you overcome your adverse situations. You can't be this guy that we've seen all season long, who's been average. When you look at your numbers, your ranks against other quarterbacks, like, this can't be who you are. You're trying to get the $50, $60 million bag, buddy. That ain't gonna cut it. So, Brock, I'm not gonna say I believe in your team because of the injuries, but I'm starting to believe in you. And I believe that you're better than what you've been as of late. Go out there and get it done.
All right. We need to stop. Like, Brock Purdy's not under duress. He shouldn't be. I understand, he needs to play and get his payday and all of that. But Brock Purdy's not the problem. This idea that he's not doing enough to overcome his situation makes little to zero sense. And I just did another clip with Greg Cosell talking about Brock Purdy and the Shanahan offense and where it goes wrong when you have injuries, when Christian McCaffrey is down, how much that hurts Shanahan's ability to run the offense how he wants to. That is not on Purdy. That is actually all on Shanahan. All on Shanahan. His offense is very fragile because of everything that the 49ers want to be able to do with all of their motion, all of their scheming. That's what they need. And that's why Christian McCaffrey is such a huge piece of this puzzle, because Shanahan has built the team to be that way. And so in a lot of ways, this offense has had some major issues, not even just because they were able to have the run game going, even without Christian McCaffrey, but because of what Christian McCaffrey can do from a receiving standpoint, and how that now opens everything up, and how it also now even helps Debo up. It sets everything else up. So for Shanahan in this offense, it's very much a house of cards. It can be beautiful. You can make it majestic and extraordinary. But if you take away a piece here, a piece there, it really, really, really stagnates. And that is not Brock Purdy's fault. It is not. And so if you want to say that Brock Purdy should be able to magically overcome this, I'm just going to disagree. I don't know what you want him to be able to do. You want him to be a near flawless quarterback every single outing out there? Can Brock Purdy play a bit better? Yes. But again, look at other quarterbacks in similar situations, or situations that are less than ideal, like they're missing receivers or they don't have a run game, whatever it is, and their numbers are also not good either. And the common denominator among those teams, if they are actually have a little bit better of a win-loss record, It's because they have a better defense, better special teams. So no, again, to keep lumping this on Brock Purdy, it just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. So I don't get it. If he has now a roster with people that keep getting banged up, a head coach who really needs all of those pieces together to actually execute the offense, and obviously has struggled trying to find ways how to actually come up with a good game plan when he doesn't have someone like a Christian McCaffrey or has players who are in and out of the lineup. The fact that he's even putting up some average numbers, because that's what that is. That's average. That's middle of the road. It's actually pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive. We already know what he can do when he has the pieces. But yet everyone keeps putting that all on Purdy. Oh, he looks good when he has all these weapons, like any quarterback would. And then, oh, now that he doesn't have weapons, it's because Purdy's not good enough. And it's like, no. It's because Shanahan can't run the offense how he wants to. That's actually what it gets boiled down to. That's why Shanahan has a losing record when Christian McCaffrey doesn't play. And if you want to say, oh, well, other quarterbacks can do it, name them. Name them. Right now, name them. Who consistently can win and overcome their circumstances. Is Joe Burrow overcoming that awful defense? He is not. He is not. Has Patrick Mahomes been the central focal point of the Kansas City Chiefs and how they've been winning? No. No. It's been defense and field goals. Well, they got Hopkins. His numbers are better now. Huh, they got him a weapon? And his numbers improved? Whoa, color me shocked. I just don't know what it will take for people to, like, see these situations more accurately, honestly. Because it's just bizarre at this point. I just don't understand what they want someone like Purdy to be able to do. Or where they think when he has better weapons and now actually Shanahan can actually run the offense how he wants to, why they think that Purdy is just somehow a passive passenger on that ride. I don't understand. It really fundamentally does not make any sense. Please tell me. I think the quarterbacks that would be able to still find ways to win some more games and play a bit better than Purdy would be, without a doubt, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow. But, like, are you saying that like Dak Prescott would be better in this system right now? Tua, Baker Mayfield, again, we can name all these quarterbacks, so don't get too lost on like the quarterbacks that I named or didn't name. I'm not going to go down the list of every single quarterback here. Like, I just don't. Again, we keep falling in this trap. You're either Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Lamar, or you're not. You're not worthy of it. And it's just like I don't get it. Honestly, it just doesn't make sense. And you can make the argument that that when you do have great weapons and a great team around you, that Purdy is going to be at the top of the list because you know he can reliably, flawlessly run that offense. Whereas we've seen other quarterbacks who have higher highs than a Brock Purdy, or have the more physical gifts that Brock Purdy doesn't have. We've seen those quarterbacks get themselves in trouble. Please name all the times that Brock Purdy got himself in trouble and was really weighing this team down when the pieces were all there. He was not. He was not a liability. So it just continues to not really make sense. And anytime I go on make any of these Brock Purdy videos, people in the comments try to jump in and act like I'm trying to say that Brock Purdy's this like top 3 quarterback in the NFL. That's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying at all. But it's just like when we paint these pictures, we're just painting an inaccurate picture. And it is actually kind of fascinating that someone like Shanahan has actually for the most part, been pretty unscathed through this. And I don't think Shanahan, because you have some 49ers fans that are saying like Shanahan should be fired and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that at all. I think Shanahan's awesome and excellent. And I would not be letting him go either. But he does deserve blame. He absolutely deserves blame and criticism. And needs to learn and grow and evolve as a head coach. And needs to be more resilient and not so dependent on this specific one note identity that he tries to do. He has to be able to be more adaptable, like we've seen Andy Reid do. And that's what you're chasing at this point if you're a head coach, right? We know Mahomes is chasing Tom Brady, and we know some of these other quarterbacks now they're trying to chase Mahomes, and hopefully if they pass Mahomes, then they want to chase Tom Brady, but you got to get to Mahomes first before you can do that. And when you're talking about current head coaches right now, it's like all these other coaches, whether the McVay, Shanahan, Kevin O'Connell, whatever, it's like it's Andy Reid that they're all trying to get to, especially the offensive head coaches. And you can see how Andy Reid adapts his game plans, how he's changed Patrick Mahomes' style of play depending on what pieces are there, how he calls games, whether his O-line is healthy or not, whether he's got a running back or not, whether he has the wide receivers or not. Like he's changed that. He changes. Shanahan has not. He's still trying to run the offense with, even if Christian McCaffrey's there or not, if Debo's there or not, if Kittle's in there or not. And that becomes a problem. It's not the way it works. This isn't a system where it's like, oh, we just plug in anyone and we win. It's not the way it goes. And that's, obviously has been proven. And that is a weakness of Shanahan, undeniably. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think? Do you think Brock Purdy should be under duress? Do you think he needs to earn his payday? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.